beautiful rendition of our national anthem. Let us remember those who are not able to be with us today with a moment of silence. Thank you. Please be seated. Welcome to the May 2017 Commencement Ceremony. Thank you for joining us today as we recognize the accomplishments of the 2017 East Central University graduates. I would like to introduce special guests seated on the upper north side of the building. I believe we have family of our commencement speaker today, Mr. Prince. I believe we have family up here. Let us recognize you. Thank you for being here. If you are an alumni, please stand and let us recognize you. Very special people. If you are a parent or guardian, spouse, child, or grandparent of one of today's graduates, please stand and let your student recognize you. Thank you. ECU has dedicated faculty who are experts in their respective disciplines. Will the faculty please stand and let us thank you and recognize your work. Thank you for all that you do for our students. Will the distinguished guest on the platform please stand as I introduce you and remain standing? And audience, this is the hard part, an audience, hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. On my left, Dr. Rick Bretzinger, Associate Professor of Communication and Performance Studies and Director of Theater, and today's announcer. Hang on. Dr. Shirley Mixon, Professor and Coordinator of the General Studies Program and our senior faculty member. On my right, Regent Connie Riley, whom I will fully introduce in a moment. Mr. Michael Prince, our commencement speaker today, who will be properly introduced shortly. And Dr. Adriana Lancaster, Acting Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Regent Riley from Okemah was appointed to the Board of Regents for the Regional University System of Oklahoma in 2007 for a 9-year term. She was then reappointed by Governor Fallin to serve a second 9-year term. She is probably the hardest working regent in the entire system. And we are so pleased that she is with us today and that she represents us. It's my pleasure to welcome to the podium for comments, Regent Connie Riley.
Thank you. You know, serving on the governing board for East Central University, I'm informed and I know how outstanding this group is. I know the high quality education that you have given to these students who are before us today. I also know, because I'm there, what a leader and how well respected East Central University is in the higher learning community. And I want to thank all of you here today, the faculty, the staff, Dr. Pearson, for giving us that. It makes me very proud every time I go to my meetings. Students, graduates of 2017, you can be proud that you have earned a degree from East Central University. and I want to congratulate you and thank you for allowing me to be just a small part of this most important day. You know, as you leave this institution, you're going to find that life very often reflects what went on here. I hate to say it, but you may have even received an A once for a project that you really didn't work that hard on. And I'm afraid that may happen in life. But if you bank on that, you're going to flunk life. And I don't think you want to flunk life. Warren Buffett told a group of students that as they left school and went into the workplace, his advice was to find a hero and emulate him or her as best you could. I'm certainly not one to defy Warren Buffett. The man's done pretty well for himself. But I say the most important thing is to like yourself. And the way you like yourselves is to always do things that make you proud. But you don't need a lot of advice today. I don't think you're going to flunk life. I think you're going to go out and make yourselves and make everyone here very proud. I know it. So again, congratulations and thank you so much. This is my favorite thing of serving on the board, is coming to graduation. So thank you very much.
I'm pleased to introduce our speaker for today. Michael Prince, who graduated at the top of his class in 1993 while majoring in accounting at East Central University, is a global retail executive who has worked in senior leadership positions with some of the most iconic sports and fashion brands in the world, including Nike, Cole Haan, Converse, Hurley, Umbro, and Guess. He is also a strategic advisor working across multiple industries, partnering with family offices and Native American tribes on potential marketplace investment opportunities. Mr. Prince started his professional career in Oklahoma with his first job at Price Waterhouse, where he earned his CPA. He later worked for two of Oklahoma's most prestigious companies, Devon Energy and Bank First. He most recently served as the president and board member of Cole Haan, the global fashion brand. And we understand he's about to start on a new endeavor with a major sports industry. More information to come. While president of Cole Haan, he provided executive leadership over commercial, operational, and financial aspects of the business, including the company's 300 global retail stores, digital commerce, and extensive international and licensing businesses, as well as new product categories. Mr. Prince has both public and private company executive and board experience and has worked closely with Wall Street and private equity communities. His accomplishments as an executive have ranged from overseeing a $4 billion portfolio of brands for Nike to expanding Cole Haan's billion-dollar global retail and digital footprint internationally. He has also worked with sports icons such as Dwayne Wade, formerly of the Miami Heat and now of the Chicago Bulls, as well as global collaborations with American Airlines. He earned his MBA from Duke University's Fuqua School of Business and currently serves on its board. He was raised in the local Ada area, where he graduated from Latta High School, and he is a member of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma. He is a donor to East Central University, Duke University, and the Choctaw Nation. Finally, he has been a featured speaker at numerous collegiate events for Duke, the University of Arkansas, and East Central University, discussing many topics such as global branding, international business, and entrepreneurship. He is an advisory board member and investor of the Toronto International Fashion Week. Mr. Prince is also a member of New York Metro's Young Presidents Association and was honored in 2016 with a State of Creativity Award by Oklahoma Governor Mary Fallin. He and his wife Amanda reside in West Palm Beach, Florida, and he has two sons, Coleman and Benjamin. Mr. Prince, I'm pleased to have you with us today to present the commencement address. Your presence here is a great honor for us and the graduates.
Well, I'm extremely excited to be here today. This is as good as it gets. When you get your college degree, it's one of life's defining moments. And I remember sitting on that side many years ago and thinking about the futures in front of me. And one thing I want to say about your education, it's the one thing no one can ever take away from you. Color your skin, your gender, your age, where you're from, your last name, doesn't matter. It is the great equalizer in life. And with that education, it will follow you around the rest of your life. So do it with dignity, appreciate it, and value every minute of it. And I'm so very proud of what you've accomplished, and congratulations. I also want to congratulate the parents, families, the supporters who helped make this happen. The graduates were the ones that did the heavy lifting, but without your help, maybe this doesn't happen, so thank you as well. I want to also thank the faculty and staff of this great institution. Many of them I learned under, some of them are still here. And there's a lot of new faces, but thank you guys for all you've done for the university and mentoring our great graduates to have that skill set to be successful, not only in the workforce, but in life. I also want to congratulate President Pearson. She is well-deserving of the opportunity. She's a great human being. She's been a great partner for me in this process. Our first female president in the history of this university, which is over 100 years old. And she's also a fellow member of the Choctaw tribe, just like I am. So thank you for having me. I also want to thank President Pearson, President Emeritus Hargrave, and East Central for recognizing me as a 2017 Distinguished Alumni. That is just a great honor. I had a wonderful reception last night. I got this really cool bronze statue of a tiger, and it's either going in my family office or my work office, we'll see, but it's just beautiful and couldn't be more thankful for that. I also want to thank some folks who made a big impact on my life. Dr. Darrell Williamson, who's sitting with my son Cole, folks like Tom Landis, Jerry Snow, Charlie Fletcher, who made me the person I am today. Without them, I'm not sure I'd be up here, so thank you very much. And last, but also most importantly for me, my family, my beautiful wife, Amanda, my two sons, Coleman and Benjamin, my parents, James and Joanne Perez, my sister, Lori, and Maples and her family. Family is extremely important, never forget that. Family is the ones that's always with you through thick and thin. Thank you guys for supporting me. So I'm going to keep this short and simple because this is about the graduates and the families and celebrating those wonderful degrees. So I'll try to keep this to like 5 to 7 minutes, give you a few pieces of advice from me, let you know a little bit about myself. But before I do that, I just want to have some fun facts, and this will help you reflect back to 1993. This is for the graduates. Please raise your hand if you're from the Ada area or Pontotoc County. I just want to get a sense of what we have here. Okay? Please raise your hands if you're from the state of Oklahoma. Please raise your hands if you're from outside the state of Oklahoma. Please raise your hands if you're from outside the United States, if you're an international student. So here's what's amazing about that. When I was here in '93, we had some diversity, and I appreciate that. But it just shows you the global reach that East Central has now. We have students coming from all over the country, all over the world now to be a part of this institution. So enjoy that diversity. You'll take it with you the rest of your life, and thank all of you for being here and being a part of this institution. So I'm gonna steal someone's idea. There's this guy speaking at 2 p.m., Governor Knight. He's been around for a while. He's very popular. You guys get the fashion guy at 10. 2 o'clock, it's the governor and the guy who's about to set the Guinness Book of World Records for like most consecutive commencement speeches. So I got a tough competition on the afternoon slot. But with that being said, he has a great quote. You can get there from here. So let me say that one more time. You can get there from here. And I'm going to tell you how I got there from here. And I want to challenge you to get there from here as well. So as President Pearson mentioned, I was born in the Ada area. I grew up in a little community on a ranch called Lightning Ridge. I went to Roth schools for the first 16 years. I worked the ranch, I played baseball, I played basketball, I studied. My junior year, I transferred to Lada High School, where I graduated, played baseball, played basketball, worked hard, studied hard, and had a great time there. And then I had the decision where I was going to go to college. And East Central came to me and my family, and we came from a very modest means. And they said, we're going to give you a full academic scholarship if you'll come here and be a part of us. And my decision was made. And it was one of those defining moments in my life. It was a big decision. And I felt like I owed it to the university to give the university and the faculty and the peers I went to school with everything I had every day. And so I worked my tail off. Then I think about my East Central years. I was in the student body, the county club. I studied hard. I had a full-time job. I worked in the pharmacy. I worked in a lumber yard. I worked at the bank. But I always kept working hard in school and outside of school. And in '93, I got the opportunity to work for Price Waterhouse. And if you're not familiar with Price Waterhouse, it's one of the 4 or 5 largest accounting firms in the world. And every year, big firms would come down and pick 1 or 2 graduates from East Central, and I was fortunate to get the opportunity to do that. And that was my first experience of corporate America. And with that job, I got to travel a lot domestically and some internationally. I got to work around businesses, but it really opened my eyes up to corporate America. And then I moved on to Devon Energy. But I had this urge, this yearning to say, I'm not through with my studying, I'm not through with learning. And I always wanted to go to business school. And I made the commitment to apply, and I was fortunate to get into Duke Business School. And it's called the Fuqua School of Business. It's one of the top 10 business schools in the world now. I sit on the board. And what that opened me up to was this whole international world that I never really had exposure to. International students, international businesses, and I learned from that. And another step in the learning process. After Duke, I was in financial services, and I get a call one day from a friend of mine who's working for this little company called Converse. They'd just been bought by Nike. They had this little shoe called the Chuck Taylor. They were doing a couple $100 million in sales and selling a few shops along the way. He said, would you be interested in working with us on the finance side? And I said, you know, I played sports, I grew up on Chuck Taylor's, Nike school, so yeah. And I took the opportunity and came in the financial role. And within 4 months, I was the CFO. And within 5 years, the company had grown to multi-billion-dollar company. We were selling 100 million pairs of Chuck Taylors on an annual basis. And I was working with athletes like Dwayne Wade doing large contracts for shoe deals. And just something that in my wildest dreams, I could have never imagined doing. I would have never thought about me being in the fashion world, but I worked hard, I stayed focused, and I took opportunities that present themselves. Since that time, I've been executive at Nike out on the West Coast. I've been executive for Guess, the fashion denim company. I was recently the president of Colon, and as President Pearson just mentioned, I'm about to take another opportunity in the sports world. And what's been great about that, I've been in rooms with Phil Knight, the founder of Nike. I've worked with Dwayne Wade, and he's yelled at me and I've yelled at him about his contract. And you know, it's just exposed me to so much. And the point of the story is, I got there from here, so can you. Now the theme of the rest of the commencement is, let's get to work. And as I mentioned, I'm so very proud of you and what you've accomplished, and I want you to celebrate. Take a week off, take a month off, take the summer, decompress, you deserved it. But then I'm going to challenge you, go get that first job. Let's get to work. And here's why that's important. That first job helps you get financial independence, it allows you to pay the bills, you can help your family, you can invest in the stock market, you can buy your first home, you can see the world, you can get experience. So every job's not perfect, but that first job's going to open up a lot of doors, and the faster that you can get to work and get after it, the bigger impact it's going to have on you, not only professionally, but also personally. My other challenge is going to be, go after something you love. Go after something that gets you out of bed and you can't wait to make it happen. Now I will tell you, the first part of my career, I didn't do that. So I made that mistake. I went after what I felt like made sense, what maybe other people wanted me to, And I didn't realize that I wasn't following my passion until I took the job at Converse. And then I realized I'm working in the sports world. I'm working with great athletes. I'm working with retail. I'm working with customers. And then I realized, okay, now I know what I want to do with the rest of my life. So my challenge to you is, think about what you're most passionate about and get after it. Make that happen. And don't go through the motions of life, but make life happen. Thoreau, the great poet, has a quote, "Go confidently in the direction of your dreams." So think about that. You can do that. I also want you to realize your first job, you're going to learn. You're going to learn from your peers. You're going to learn from your mentors. You're going to learn from people that have more experience. Take that. The other thing is, there's a lot of things that you can control that will set yourself apart from many others. I've worked in big companies for the best companies in the world. And here's some just tidbits of advice. Get to work on time. Show up early. A lot of people don't do that. You'd be surprised at how many people show up late every day. Stay late. While everyone else is leaving at 5 o'clock, take that next 30 minutes to organize your calendar, clean your desk, think about tomorrow. You can control being on time and working hard. You can give every day 100%. I know you can get out of bed some days and you're just not feeling it, but every day give it your best to try to give 100%. Steve Prefontaine, one of the great Olympic athletes that Nike has all over their campus, says, to do anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. And what he's saying is that you've been given a gift. You've got your health, you've got your degree. Not to give your best is to sacrifice the gift that you've been given. Have a good attitude. You can control your attitude no matter what comes your way. Be a team player. Here's one that I've seen a lot throughout the country. Be nice to others. I'll walk into meetings. I'll ask how the kids are doing, how you feeling, have a conversation. I'm just being me, just like you guys are just being you. That's how we're brought up here. That's one of the great advantages we have about being from this part of the country, is that we're just nice to people. And you can do the same. And people are blown away by that in other parts of the U.S. Be willing to debate and challenge each other, but do it with respect and dignity. Debates are great, but always respect who you're debating and always appreciate their side of the argument. Here's another one. Don't complain about your boss. Help your boss. Find out the 3 things he or she hates to do every day and figure out how you can help him do them. That's going to set yourself apart. Also, communicate. I didn't grow up with cell phones. I didn't grow up with laptops. I've learned to use them. My 6-year-old's much better at it than I am. But my advice to the graduates are, understand who you're talking to. Sometimes you need to put the phone up, have a face-to-face conversation. Sometimes a phone call is better than a text. Sometimes a face-to-face meeting is better than an email. Always be aware of your environment and how you communicate. And the thing I love about East Central grads, we work hard, we have integrity, we have ethics, we respect others, and we're nice people. And that's going to go a long place for you in the work environment as well as personally. Just some other important things on Let's Get to Work. Let's get to work on seeing the world. And I never really left the state until I was 21. I took my first flight to Chicago, thanks to the university at my junior year in college. But I'm going to challenge you, take that job in Dallas. Take that trip out of the country. I want you to experience what the rest of the country and the world has to offer and bring that back here, because that's good for us. It's good for the country to see people from here out and about. It's good for the world because we bring a lot to the table. But see the world while you can. It's very important. Also, let's get to work and don't stop learning. If you have that undergraduate degree, let's get that graduate degree. If you've got a master's in accounting, go get your PhD. If you don't want another degree but you're interested in Spanish, take a Spanish class, but you can never stop learning. If you're scared of technology, learn technology. As you get older in life, the great thing about having your mind and the ability to learn is that there's all kinds of opportunities for education at any age. Technology. I mentioned this, communicate. Technology is an amazing thing. It's a great advantage that you guys have as graduates that I didn't have and a lot of us didn't have. Billion-dollar companies are being launched from small towns all over the country. Snapchat's a $30 billion company. Amazon's taking over the world. Facebook has 2 billion users. And these are people that started ideas out of a garage through technology, so that's a great advantage. Like I said, the thing you have to be thoughtful of, though, is understand your surroundings, and also protect your brand. And what I mean by that is that you spent the last 22, 23, 24 years of your life building your brand. It's your brand, you got a degree, you're proud of it. One mistake on social media, one email you shouldn't send out, can throw all that down the tubes in a matter of minutes. So just always be thoughtful of that. And that's a new dynamic that I didn't have to deal with when I was in college, but have to deal with now. And just keep that in the back of your mind. I also want to say, let's get to work on being proud to be an American and living in America. I'm okay. Thank you. I have differences of opinion every day, but I always try to respect the other side's point of view. I may not agree with it, but I treat the other side with respect and dignity. And what I love about where we're from is that we do that here. A lot of places have lost that. I'll be honest, I've seen a lot of parts of the country where it's extremely divisive and challenging. And I want East Central and the people from Oklahoma, southeastern Oklahoma, to be a beacon of light to say, I may not agree with you, I may have a great debate with you, but I'm always going to respect, and I'll do my best to understand your argument and your side of the opinion. But there are millions of people that would love to live in this country, either as citizens or with green cards or visas that don't get the opportunity. I'm so proud to live here, and I also think about the men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice that allow me to go up here and speak, and allow the family members to be in the stands and graduates of the first degrees. God bless America. The last thing I want to hit you guys with, and this is a challenge again, is I want you to give back. And I remember in college, I didn't have any money. I was broke. And I was just trying to get to my first job. And what I could do is give my time. And so I volunteered, I helped other students get jobs, I did what I could. So I want you, in your time's your most valuable asset, so do that. But I also want you to think about giving back. And here's just a really simple example. There's 652 graduates graduating today between master's and undergrad programs. If every student said, in 2017, I'm just going to give $10, that's 2 Starbucks lattes, and did that every year, and the next year was 20, and the next year was 30, as you're making more money, by your 25th anniversary as graduates, that endowment would be worth $3.5 million. And it shows you that a little bit of contribution from each one of us working together can have a huge impact. And so I would like to see you guys think about doing that and say, for 2017, we're all going to throw in $5, $10, whatever you can do. I'll match it up to a certain point, but I'd love to come back 25 years from now and say, in 2017, we made this commitment, and 25 years later, the class of 2017 has the largest endowment in the history of the university. So think about that, talk to your peers, but I want to help you guys do that as well. In conclusion, I just want to say congratulations again on what's an amazing, amazing accomplishment. Thank you guys so much for having me here and allowing me to be a part of just a very, very special day for you, your families, and the faculty. And remember, let's get to work and let's have fun along the way. Thank you very much.
At each commencement, there are students graduating who have earned an outstanding grade point average for both total college work and work at East Central University. We recognize these students by indicating on their records that they have graduated with academic achievement, high academic achievement, or highest academic achievement. Some of these students are in attendance at this morning's commencement, others will attend this afternoon. Bachelors with academic achievement have earned a GPA of 3.5 to 3.79. Those students are noted in the program of commencement exercises. Students, will you please stand as a group and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Bachelors with high academic achievement have earned a GPA of 3.80 to 3.99. These students are also noted in the program of commencement exercises. Students, will you please stand as a group and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Bachelors with the highest academic achievement have earned a perfect 4.0 GPA. Please stand as I call your name and remain standing so we can applaud you as a group. Mary Rachel Dixon, Courtney Madison Johnson, Anna Joy Lawler, Morgan Jane Mackey, Christina Marie Mayfield, Ashlyn Elaine Nickel, Elizabeth Catherine Ogdell, Emma Elizabeth Rowland, Kaylee Janae Vaught. The University Scholastic Honors Program exists in order to provide exceptional and challenging academic opportunities for undergraduates at East Central University. Throughout this enriched study, honor students must complete additional requirements and maintain a successful grade point average. These students are noted in the program of commencement exercises. Will you please stand as a group and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. Will the degree candidates for the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Fine Arts, the Bachelor of Science, the Bachelor of Social Work, the Bachelor of Science and Education, and the Bachelor of General Studies please stand? President Pearson, these candidates have completed the requirements prescribed by the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education for the 4 named degrees, and representing the faculty, I hereby recommend to you that the degrees be conferred.
Bachelor's degree students, as president of East Central University, acting for and on behalf of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education and the Regional University System of Oklahoma, I confer upon you the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of General Studies, Bachelor of Science in Education, or the Bachelor of Social Work degree, with all the privileges and obligations pertaining thereto. Students, as new alumni of the university, you were presented earlier with an alumni lapel pin, representing your new status as an alumnus of this university. Welcome to your new role.
Will the candidates on the north side please be seated? Candidates on the south side, proceed to the stage to receive your degrees. Taylor Janine Gray. Kelsey Hines. Angela Lynn Black. Timothy Paul Snow. Jonathan Gutierrez. James Allen Brown. Christian Cody. Morgan Diane Edwards. Jessica Danielle Metzer. Jamie Lee Hale. Brian Jacob Mattingly. Kenneth Ray Detheridge. Tommy Jean Postoke. Lacey Elizabeth Chrysler. Isaac Keith Morris. Megan Raylene Adams. Erin Elizabeth Osment. Michelle Marie Wyant. Sunhawk Hill. Tyler Charles Douthit. Quentin Lavoy Palmer. Caitlin Ann Morgan. Marissa Ann Hare. Caitlin Ring. Brandon Wayne Privet. Ishmael Donzo. Donovan Drake Halsell. Danielle Kristen Brown. Eunicia Butler. Clinton Vaden Morgan. Josh Chance Hollinson. Dustin Allen Duncan. Clayton Christopher Worsham. Victoria Lynn Strobridge. Allie Nolan. Zachary Delray Courtney. Miranda Ann McNabb. Corbin Joseph Mankin. Jude Elizabeth Dotson. Hannah Elaine Taff. Heather Rebecca Wright. Brianna Faye Wyatt. Hallie Claire Delaney. Hunter S. White. Kaylee Shay Sweeney. Raina Bird Frazier. Danielle Castillo. Sorry. Jessica Renee Sullivan. Walter Braxton Reeves. Pradeep Fourier. Assis Pagini. Anis Madari. Jessica Marie Ellis. Kaylin Lee Cook. Aisha Nicole Hilton. Buck Seth Trotter. Aaliyah Sierra Vaughn. Joshua Lance Lukens. Blake Andrew Long. Trevor Joe Spradling. Jasmine Deshelle Hanna. Zane Michael Heffley. Harmony D. Linton. Tyler Chance Carl Ray. Hunter Dale Fullerton. Lindsay Brooke Beasley. Marcus B. Long. Benjamin E. Monday. Caleb Lincoln Miles. James Robert Stubblefield. Craig Pearson Nugent. Jebin Subadi. Saljan Lamachane. Vivek Bertel. Briar Scott Workman. David Mashur. Brooks Michael Holder. Nicolette Patai. Tyler Jeffrey Jones. Caden Taylor Lehman. Armando Ariano. Cheyenne Dakota Cruz. Laurie Renee Willis. Michaela Dawn Branch. Taylor Nicole Koss. Kylie Marie Odell. Elizabeth Ann Apela. Trevor Daniel Kipping. Stephen Schulbauer. Mark Ray Phelps. Micah Sean Godfrey. Dessa Janae Brewer. Andrew Hayden Cull. Philip Kyle Lowe. Taylor Evan Hunter. Alana Faith Lassiter. Christina Marie Mayfield. Mackenzie Ray Grigg. Hannah Marie Hale. Charles Clifford Tyler II. Joseph Cole Weber. Grant Allen Couch. Josie Brianne Allen. Ashlyn Elaine Nickel. Madison Claire Seiler. Casey Lachey Harrison. Bria Janae Gambrel. Justin Wayne Stevenson. Martha Wamboy Bugwa. Ashley Arajo. Veronica Alejandra Mejeres. Luis Alejandro Baroni Estrada. Just Jefferson Andres Okoro. Bruce Edward Bragg Jr. John Charles McKnight Jr. Bo B. Jordan. Savannah Ray Jordan. Wyatt Andrew Jones. Devin Blake Hargis. Emily Williams. Jimmy Dustin Marsh. Zachariah Eugene Pierce. Marquise Walters. Kelby Nicole Creeley. Randall James Case. Will the candidates on the north side please rise? Proceed to the stage to receive your degrees. Jared Heath Newberry. Bonnie Jewel Stoop. Mary Rachel Dixon. Casey Deanne Arnold. Emily Ann Angel. Gregory Don Votaw. Memory Lee Coker. Lisa Carol Garrett. Brady Evanho Lemons. Nathan Dean Poole. Jonathan Harold. Chelsea Renee Belichick. Emily Michelle Stinson. Morgan Ashley Pruitt. Elizabeth Catherine Figueroa. Zachary Burks. Casey Elaine Black. Autumn Michelle Huddleston. Lauren Elizabeth Meyer. Ashton Elizabeth Kinney. Ashlyn Kate Murdaugh. Morgan Elizabeth Fox. Brianna Robin Stone. Tara Alexis Spalding. Jesse Denzel Williamson. Benjamin Joseph Godwin. Justice Kane Concert. Turner Hayes Adam. Noel Figueroa. Taylor Scott Fortner. Callie Morgan Kovar. Kaylee Lynn West St. Romain. Jason Nicole Mayo. Sarah E. Belitho. Tyler J. Soden. Mohammed Nomon Yusuf. Elena Lynn Alexis Cochran. Shelby Marie Greenhill. Paul Zachariah Christie. Andrew Stephen Rainey. Brian David Hall. Kenneth Lewis Landis. Bryson Bennett Pruitt. Aaron L. Gray. Jordan Robert Bates. Tim Hutchison. Tasha Lynn McCon. Amy Catherine Honeycutt. Jacob Keith Ware. John Austin Ladd. Jonathan Reed. Garrett Johnson. Courtney Johnson. Gumaro Quinn Murphy. Seth Aaron Handley. Shannon LaShawn Larry. Deshaun Lamar Watson. Vernon Johnson Jr. Sheldon Stephen Benham Collender. Jason Gaines. Bobby Jean Franklin. Kaylee Gray. Maggie Judith Payne. Melissa Kate Patton. Elizabeth Danielle McCarn. Kimberly Michelle Taylor. Lisa Graham. Paula Melissa Smith. Christopher L. Tucker. Jacob Perry McDonough. Kodiak Watson Orales. David Daniel Fernandez. Carson Cole Childers. Aaron Alexander Dorset. Giovanni Aaron Bethel. Anna Karen Mendez. Julius Richard Russell. Sadie Marie Kilby. Emma Elizabeth Rowland. Shelby Deanne Smith. Rhonda Lee Blue. Jade Ashton Thornburg. Kyle Warren Kingery. Bradley Allen Duplantis. Justin Blake Willis. Yohei Shinazaki. Christine Miller. Whitney Nicole Stotler. Alexa Jo Adair. Jalen Ellis Jackson. Victoria Danielle Hoff. Jared Blake Griffin. Carol Diane Holman. Megan Elizabeth Brigden. Caitlin Elizabeth Braden. Alexis Denise Hazel. Jack David Malm. Chance Cole Clevenger. Marcus Lee Edwin Smith. John Coty Embry. Cody Heath Cosby. Mitchell Stephen Allen Moore. Ryan Ray Cloud. Michael Allen Lynn. Christian Alexander Castellanos. James Robert Bray. Michael Sean Olivo. Casey Leanne Brooks. Summer Deanne Nichols. Erin Amory Sanders. Carly Brianne Henderson. Katie Marie Miller. Vanessa D. Glazier. Gabby Faith Fowler. Lauren Taylor Wood. Hagen Faith Bacon. Alyssa Nicole Colbert. Dakota Garrett Cryer. Jessica Beth Hoffman. Sarah Beth Moore. Krista Michelle Bruner. Jamie Lee Clark. Luke Alexander Clark. Stacy Deneen Chavez. Chelsea Nicole Ellenberg. Destiny Michelle Davis. Sabra Nicole Ben. Ashley Nicole Armentrout. Josie Nicole Hammock. Toby Brianne Jones. Brandy Michelle Weiss.
left side. This degree is your ticket to a life of learning. Use it well, use it often. Dr. Walker, will you dismiss us?
Will you please stand and join me as we sing our university's alma mater? You will find the words to the alma mater on the next to last